quick intervention.
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Johnny and Shania, and we're back with another banger. You feel me?
I keep saying video when it's like my brain says banger, but my mouth said video.
You feel me? Today we got making Skittles the size of hamburgers, bro. Have you ever seen a Skittle the size of a hamburger? Well, you're going to today. If you're new to the channel, baby, subscribe, turn that post notification bell on, man. Let's get straight into the video, you feel me? Don't mind the bonus. Big worm. Big worm. You feel me? Two.
You look like a worm. Is that why you're saying big worm?
Nah, that's
basically a taffy recipe, and you have to pull it and pull it and pull it and stretch it, and that mixes air into it. It turns it white, it changes the texture, and during that pulling process, we'll actually add a combination of sugar and citric acid into it, along with some flavor and a little bit of color to try and get that inside of a Skittles texture that we're going for. Now, the one bit of instruction that was not in the video that showed how to make these was when you're supposed to add in the mix of flavor and sugar and citric acid. And I did a test of this before just to see if I could even follow a recipe at all. I did not successfully make full-size Skittles that time. It was really just like, can I make the inside goo? And it more or less worked out. But the one thing I did learn is that if you let it go too long, it becomes very, very hard to mix. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this, flatten it out. I've only been stretching it for about a minute so far, but now this is our sugar citric acid mix with a tiny
that's what the inside of a Skittle is? I think I'm done with Skittles, bro. Oh my god.
I'm gonna add in some food coloring, some strawberry flavor. This is honestly an experiment. I have not done this before like this. Well, that food coloring lid I thought was more of a pink. I think I'm getting more of a purple. That's all right. The inside of our red Skittles might end up being a little on the purple side. I'm okay with that.
That's how all Skittles look on the inside.
Yeah.
But I think it needs more. I'm going to add some more of the sugar and citric acid to the texture.
That's diabetes at its finest.
I don't know if this has actually been pulled enough to solidify as much as we really want for Skittles, but it's been pulled quite a bit, and I like how it looks in terms of being the inside of a Skittle. It's still definitely warm, so it may be slumping a bit more than we need it to, but
that's a nice
knife.
We're going to
cut this in half, and we're going to take each of these halves.
Wow.
We're going to smush them down into our little Christmas ornament bowls here. Try and form those out nice and round and smooth. And then I think we're just going to throw it in the refrigerator for a bit to cool off. And then we've got 4 more flavors to make. All right, that looks like the grape, but it's really supposed to be the strawberry. It's the inside of the Skittle. It's fine.
Okay.
So this is just the inside.
So the fun part about this stuff when you first start out is it doesn't start out in any sort of... It's not very cohesive at first. It's very, very stringy. It doesn't want to stay together. The only thing it wants to stick to is my gloves.
Yeah, you can tell they don't want to stick to each other.
So
I am not a fan at all of the flavor of lime, but the smell of lime is fantastic. You just put like 5 drops in there, the whole studio smells like lime now, and that's fantastic.
But that's why I did the lime instead of the lemon. I figured you can do the lemon that you like more than lime.
That's a lot of sugar.
Oh my
this is, in
god,
fact,
that's
much
giving me
more
diabetes, bro.
Interior.
No, that green Skittle look fire though.
Instead of this recipe, should we have just bought like 30 pounds of other Skittles and scooped out their insides?
I never want to do anything like that ever again, so I'll take this over that.
We'll end up doing something like that.
We will end up doing something like that again. So this was our bloomed gelatin. It went solid, and now what we've got is the completely melted on the stove.
Now we mix it into our dry ingredients, which is a lot of powdered sugar, some cornstarch, and a pinch of cream of tartar. Now the really tricky part is stirring this without sending powdered sugar flying everywhere, because powdered sugar loves nothing more in this world than to go flying everywhere.
That's a
fact.
fact.
This is way too soft, so I think we're definitely just gonna...
That's just melting away.
More powdered sugar.
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of making proto putty.
Right.
Kind of, yeah.
Just
now we gotta
sticks a lot, and then you just add more powder until it sticks flat.
Comment down below, let us know how y'all feel
Sorry,
so
guys,
far
I
about
can't
how
come
much
to lunch.
sugar,
I
the
don't have any
ingredients,
skinny
how
right
the
now.
portions.
Did you use honey?
Like,
You could have saved like
tell us what
so
y'all
much
feel.
money.
Would y'all eat that?
Yes.
Like that gets 1 bite for me.
start forming around. Purple.
That looks fire though.
Flattened out nicely.
They froze
There's a
it?
piece of
Yeah.
orange in it. I'm gonna take that out.
Oh, well, that's gonna make it stick.
Is that flour?
Okay, so the flour makes it stick? Since when? Okay, them Skittles look fire. Not gonna lie. It goes with a top layer?
Well, I've made a Skittles tortellini here, I think.
Oh, no, that's
Just gonna
good.
have to trim off some excess.
Because I guess that's for, because that was the inside. Like that big ass portion was the
We've
inside.
let
Oh,
our
okay.
Skittles
So I guess
dry,
what
and
they're
that's
about
an
to do
important
now
step for the
is just-
pastiche. The covering that we're
Well,
using
let's
is the
see.
shell. This is a little bit of
Very
extra. You can see that now it just breaks.
What it tastes like?
Good crunchy shell.
What does it taste like though? Let's talk about that because I took a bite of this morning thinking it was going to be very sweet and it just overwhelmingly cornstarch.
It is sweet, but it's not good. It's, yeah, a little bit of powdered sugar flavor and then some cornstarch.
She
Huh?
wasn't going to
Sweet,
say
but
that
not
if she
good.
didn't
Hint of
ask.
gelatin, which is
That's number
important,
one.
so
Number
that makes sense.
two.
Yep.
But we've got
That's
varying
the
levels
top
of
layer
success here.
of
Some of
the
our
Skittle.
Skittles were a little too soft on the inside.
We thought that the orange was going to really hold its shape and the lemon one was slumping quite a bit.
So now we actually need to add colors
one's
onto
perfect.
these. We
Yeah.
should have sprays matching the color of each Skittle. It's edible food spray, so let's start. However, before we do that, I also went ahead and cut out
Cool.
some S's out
Okay.
of tape, and we're going to take those and use them as a mask so we can have the white S on the top of each
That
Skittle.
look
Our
like
kitchen scale here.
powdered.
We go ahead and try and weigh our red one.
That? I think that's
Almost
cornstarch.
1.5 pounds.
1.37 pounds.
Damn, that's a
This is a little
pound.
bit heavier.
1 pound Skittle, nigga.
That is over 1.5 pounds of Skittle.
There we go. Let's add
You
some
got a
color.
hot plate?
I like it.
Oh,
That's hard though.
I like
Looks
how
like
they're
our
doing
stencils
it and
worked middlingly.
like they're not on
Some of our spray has
Yeah,
dried
I'da-
out.
I'da-
It's been
I'da-
hours.
Yeah, me and him.
We may
but
have used a bit
I'da just
more
sprayed
than
the
you're
whole
supposed to,
shit,
and this
boy.
may not be the surface
that
you're
red
supposed to
one,
use
do y'all
color
see
spray.
how
Fire! That
Just
red
add
one's
a
really
little
hard,
bit
bro. I want
edible
to bite it.
shine
Me too.
To it to try and match the look of Skittles
like,
a little
look
bit
at
more.
that red one. That's the most
Yo,
perfect
that's
one
the
they
perfect
had.
one, and that's the first one they did.
Size.
You would think the
Skittles.
first would be the worst
650,
one.
is that
Right,
what it
about
was?
the
By
last
mass,
will be
approximately.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
That
our
purple one
Skittles
tried
aren't
to
all
match
exact
the-
same size,
but that orange
but
one
pretty close
destroyed.
conceptually.
Yeah, the orange one's
Pretty
like,
happy with what we got here.
Huh? The purple one came
Well, I
out
think there's a
blue?
couple more tests we need. For one, we need to see
I'm like, cut it.
if they taste good. Two, I want to see if we can get them to break the same way. Like you take
Yeah.
a normal Skittle and you squish it. See if I'm strong
crunches.
enough. This might be too strong a one. There we go.
So you might have to.
And like
Stronger than you are?
that breaking pattern where it's like shattered out and sort of splits
Okay.
open.
Okay.
I'm curious if our giant 1.5 pound Skittles will break in a similar way.
I doubt it.
And then of course I just want to
Eat it.
eat one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try the squishing with the orange one, partly because it's already like leaking out the
Yeah.
sides.
That's
So it's gonna be
cheating.
sort of a
Okay.
CPR maneuver. I'm gonna try and just put all my weight onto it and see if I can get
It
it to
should
crunch.
because of that shell.
Oh, it's too strong. It's
Yeah, I'm like, they froze it. I think they froze it a little bit.
Oh, there it is.
little bit.
There it is.
No.
Yeah, it's actually doing
I'm like,
it.
is it oozing out?
That's very tough.
Nah, it's
All
it's
of
been
my
like
weight.
that.
Okay,
See
because
if
it was
I
too
can cut
soft.
it in half.
All right.
Can't crack it open, but
Oh, you can definitely cut into
oh,
it.
there you go.
Wow,
Nice.
There's a
that's a
there's a
lot.
hamburger-sized patty of Skittle.
Wow.
Oh, he's
to
gonna
bite
bite
into
into
it.
it. Ah.
What it tastes like, bro?
Somewhat.
Wow. I was kind of worried about your teeth there.
Word.
And that citric acid really gets you.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
think
actually
it's
think
good?
the
Y'all
texture
think
is
they lying?
really, really close.
It really
It's
is.
got that same somewhat chewy, but with the grain in it. And that's the adding the sugar and the citric acid after the fact.
2 bites, bro? That's wild.
She's like, wow. Right.
Oh my god.
We left some rubber marks on it.
You guys, man, look, the camera stopped. Luckily, we was at the end of the video. You feel me? So, with that being said, if y'all enjoyed this hamburger life-size Skittle,
Comment down below. Tell us what you think. Tell us how you think it tastes. Anything.
would you eat it?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I
You get
personally
me?
wouldn't.
That's too much. You saw how much sugar they put in there, bro?
That's what turned me off.
Exactly.
The
That's
amount
mad.
of sugar they put is like, so I can only imagine because they probably do that for the regular portion, but they just make it small.
Yeah.
So, but, and I think he wasn't able to crack it the way he was because,
They froze it and all of that.
yeah, I think the regular ones are frozen too, but it's the size.
Yeah, so it's easy.
It's not
to
gonna crack
yeah.
like that.
Plus after they froze it, they let the Skittles be cooled down.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, they don't be as frozen no more because, you feel me, they be in a packet inside a Poppy store.
Right.
This one just out the freezer, so you would have to use the hammer to try to crack it. You would have to give that some time to soften up a little bit more again.
I think it was an interesting video, though.
Yeah.
It was cool. Because who thinks of shit like this?
Word, who thinks of making life-size Skittles? You feel
like
me?
that
But
they do.
if y'all liked it, man, make sure to subscribe, turn that post notification bell on, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.